So you'll need the number line and you'll need your fraction pieces. As you can see, they're all cut out here so you can use them. So you're going to want to put them on the number line. As you can see, the whole is pretty easy to know because you have 0 right here, and we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is the 1. So we know it's split into 12ths because there's 12. So 12 equal parts. For doing this to make it easier, I divided them into the ones that were made into halves. As you can see, there's 1 half. The circle is split into 2 halves, making it a half. And then I put the fourths, so you can see the circle is made up of 4 pieces. The sixths, the circle is made into 6 pieces. The thirds, the circle is split into 3 equal pieces. And the eighths, the circle is split into 8 equal pieces. I separated all of those into piles. So let's start with this sixth. It says 3/6. As you can see, 3 out of the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 are shaded in, making it 3/6. So we're going to figure out where this goes on the line. Our line is not 10, it's 12, so it's not exact. You have to figure out where the middle is. It's not going to be at 5. So this is how you do it. This might be a little confusing, but try to stick with me. You put 3 because that is the numerator you have. And then you put 6 because that's how many are in the whole. And then you put that equals because you're trying to figure out where it equals on this number line. And you do not know where it equals, but you do know how many parts there are. So you put the number that you don't know as that's just blank, or x, over 12, because you know this 1 is split into 12 parts. Then you just plug it in to the formula given before. You put 3 times 12 divided by 6 equals x. And then 3 times 12, you can do where you set it up and multiply it out. You'd get 36. I can show you how we do that. We can do 3 times 12. 3 times 2 is 6. You go down and you have to add a 0 because it's the 10th place. And you do 3 times 1, so that's 3. And then you add them up, 36. So 36, and then bring the 6 over because that was your denominator before, and put it on the bottom, and that equals that. So then you're going to divide 36 by 6. 36 and 6, if you do that, you can put into your long division, you can do 6 on the outside and then 36 on the inside. How many times does 6 go into 3? 6 does not go into 3, so we have to go to 36. We know that 6 goes into 36 6 times. We subtract 36 and we have 0, and we have 6 as our answer. So 6 equals x. So now that you have this, you're going to count 6 places on your number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And place it here in the bracket that's made up. You know that you've done something wrong if it does not fit into one of these brackets, because they should. We can do some more. I do want to mention first, though, that there are a few 8ths we're not going to do. So if you could please take that out of your materials. We're not going to do the 5/8. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shaded out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not going to do that. We're also not going to do the 8ths with 7 shaded in. We're not going to do 7/8 either. Nor are we going to do the one with 3/8 shaded in. This will be easy to take out once you have yours split into the sections. And then we also are going to take out 1/8. So please do not do those because that will be very confusing. So we can do a few more here together. Once you have most of them in, it'll become easier. But let's do this one. Paper. We're not going to do. Let us do this one. This is, so we see our numerator, which is the number of shaded in areas, is 1, 2. So we write 2. And it's over the denominator. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total areas. So 2/8 equals, because we're trying to figure out what it equals on the number line. It equals, there are 12 parts, so the denominator that we know is 12, and we do not know what this number is. So this is, then we're going to put it into this. The numerator, 2 times, multiplied by 12, divided by 8 equals. So 2 times, or 12 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 1 is 2. So the answer is 24. So this is 24 over 8. Then we can do our division. 8 divided by 24. So 8 on the outside, 24 on the inside. 8 does not go into 2 because it's bigger, but 8 does go into 24. We have 8, 16, 24. So 8 goes into 24 3 times. So minus 24, we have 0. So the answer would be 3 equals the X number you have up here. So then you're going to come back over to your number line and count out 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. Remember when you're doing this to start at the tally mark after 0, because 0 is 0 parts, so you have to start with this part right here would be 1, then 2, then 3, and then you place it at the bracket on the line. That's 3. Let's do a few more of these. Let us do this one. This is 3/4. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, and 3 of them are shaded in. So we will write down 3 as our numerator and 4 as our denominator equals the number we don't know where it goes on the line, X, over the denominator, which we know is 12, same as before. Then we do, into the equation, 3 multiplied by 12 divided by 4. Let's put that here. 12 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 1 is 3. So the answer you have is 36. And you'd write that, 36 over 4. Now we're going to divide 36 by 4. We're going to do 4 on the outside and 36 on the inside. 4 does not go into 3, but 4 does go into 36 9 times. So the answer is 9. So you come back over to your number line and you count out 9 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It goes right there. Let's do a few more. But I also like you to keep in mind that some of these are equal parts of fractions. which you've already learned. You know what fractions are equivalent to each other. Like, you know that 1/2, 1 shaded in, of 2 is equivalent to 3 shaded out of 6. So you know that they go on the same spot at the number line. Just like you know that 1 out of 4 is equivalent to 2 out of 8. As you can see, the amount of shaded in area is the same. So you put these down at the same spot you had the 2/8. Let's go through. This is 1 whole. As you can see, there's 2 out of the 2 shaded spots, which is equivalent to 1 whole piece. Now, this you do not need to use the math for because 1 whole will be at the line where that represents the 1 whole spot. So you can put that there. Let us do a few more. This one is a little tricky. This is 1/6. So why don't we do 1/6 together? We know that there is 1 shaded in spot, that's the numerator, out of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we know that we're trying to find where it equals on a number line that has 12 parts. So then we plug it into this equation. 1 times 12 over 6. 12 times 1 is 12. We can use our multiplication for that. So we know that 12 over 6. And then we do the division. As we can see, 6 does not go into 1, but 6 does go into 12 2 times. C minus 12. If you need to do the video slower, you can pause and restart it. So then our answer is 2. And we can come back to our number line and count out 2 spaces. 1, 2. Right here. Now, we can let's do one more, and then I'm going to pause the video so you can try to do the rest while I do it as well. Here's the last one we're going to do. I'll do it here. As you can see, there's 2 shaded areas out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know our numerator is 2 and our denominator is 6. And we know we're trying to find where it equals on a number line with 12 spaces. So we put x over 12. And then we put it into this formula here. 2 is our numerator times 12 over 6. So if we do 12 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2. So it equals 24 over 6. Now we're going to do 6 on the outside and 24 on the inside. As you can see, 6 does not go into 2, but it does go into 24. 6, 12, 18, 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2 minus 24. So your answer is 4. Now you come back over to your number line and you count out 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, why don't you pause the video while I pause the video as well to complete it. As you can see, I completed it. It's very interesting to notice how you have equivalent parts of fractions while the fractions that the whole is split into is not the same. Like here, all of the wholes are equivalent, but you have halves because it's split into 2, you have fourths that's split into 4 parts, 6ths, 8ths, and thirds. That's very interesting. You have halves, and you can notice that a bunch of halves are the same, but the parts, like how much the whole is split into, is not.